Good morning, children. I am Raju Prasad, teacher, DAV Public School, Kent area, Gaya. So our today's chapter is Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. So we'll be going for the some screen sharing phenomenon. So let us have the screen sharing. Wait for some time till I share the screen. So this is the poem Fire and Ice. So here, fire and ice are having double meaning. So one the literal meaning is there, another one is the hidden meaning is there. Fire and ice. Fire stands for global warming, and ice stands for global cooling. These are the geographical phenomenon that is maximum. It is maximum talked about now that the world will be ending by two ways, either by global warming or by global cooling. So earlier only global warming was being talked about, but now it is a talk also on that the global cooling too will be there, and it is being seen also in several countries that even during the summer season, rainy season also the ice fall is becoming quite common. So situations are changing. So that is why both are now on discussion. Both discussions are now on. And they are having symbolical meaning also. That fire is standing for lust and endless desires. People are having a lot of desires, and because of these desires, they are heading to destruction. And ice is standing for hatred. I is standing for this abhorrence, and people are having this a lot of this ice. This ice causing situations like, and they are having a lot of differences being caused. So I'll be going for this picture is being added for your convenience. Now I'll be going for the next slide. See here the fire is there. You see the picture of fire, and you know that fire is having this capability that it can end the world. Anything can be ended by fire. Fire is having a lot of destructive these elements, and you found some months ago there in this year event that a lot of fire was caused in the forest of Amazonas, Brazil. Even Australia was suffering from also the forest fire. So this is having a lot of this destruction causing element, and wherever it will be harming these people or humanity living there. So this is the element or feature of fire. Now see here the ice is there, and ice is also sufficient for ending the world. The Antarctica is the better place. In case you get an opportunity, you can view, and even on internet you can surf and browse, and you can find that there's a lot of ice. This continent is there. The largest continent is there, and having only ice, and no country is there where there are no cold places and where the ice fall is not common. So they are having this some time or some duration when the ice fall is so common that everything is found frozen, and life comes to a standstill. So this is happening. So both fire and ice are sufficient for this, causing destruction to humanity, causing destruction to nation and internation and globe. So this is happening now. See here the introduction part is there. Robert Frost's poem Fire and Ice expresses the profound, is the deep idea that the world would end in either of the two ways, either by ice or by fire. Both the components, elements are compared with self-destructing human emotions. So both these elements are compared with the human emotions. Means both fire means lust and desire, and ice is the hatred. These are the human elements. Human emotions they are. That hatred is also emotion, and lust and desire is also emotion. Is hatred and desire, and the poem is very artistically underpins or attaches the philosophy that we let our emotions rule. Means people are maximum time it happens that individual is being guided by emotions. People are being guided by emotions, and when the emotions is happy upon them, Emotion is going to sway them, dominate them, rule them, then something bad happens. And if people do not control them, they will surely having destruction cost. Everything will be destroyed around us. So we should not be guided by our emotions. We should be objective like, and we should be objective oriented. Thinking should be objective oriented, not subjective. Personal, it should not be personal. Nothing should be personal like, because we are not only there in the world. People are, a lot of people are there in the world, and we should also have the viewpoint always that this world is not meant for only us, rather for the entire humanity. Similarly, he thinks fire and ice both are just as competent, and the poet is having this thinking that fire and ice having the equal this capability, equal this feature they are having, that nothing is less, neither ice is less, neither one is less, neither ice is less, neither nor fire is less. If the doom is to be brought about in the world, if catastrophe is to be brought about in the world, so both are having the equal capability, equal strength, equal this power for destroying this earth, rather the world rather. So see the fire and ice, nothing is difficult here in the title. Fire, that everybody knows, ice everybody knows. Only thing is there that both are having the double meaning. Now see, this poem is, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of it to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. So here the poet had to say that some people are there, means different school of thoughts are there. People are having different opinions. They are forming groups based on opinion. And this, some people are there, those who are holding opinion, having opinion, that the world will be ending because of global warming higher. Whereas some people are there, other school of thoughts is there, that the world will be ending because of the global cooling. Ice is referring to global cooling. But the poet has to say that from what I have tasted of desire, means what he holds the desire, and he favors those people, those who are holding that the world will holding the idea that the world will be ending because of global warming. So what he likes about, it tells about his own liking. He what he thinks pleasant, that the world should be, if ending by fire, it is better. So he is supporting this idea, not better rather, that the he is having the maximum this thinking that the maximum chances are there that the world will be ending by global warming. He is having this thinking that the maximum chances are there that the world will be ending by global warming. So these four lines are there, this expressing that the people are there having different opinions about the end of the world, and some say that the world will be ending because of global warming, whereas some people are there saying that the world will be ending by global cooling. But he favors those who are holding the opinion that the world will be ending by global warming. So this he favors, because he thinks that the maximum chances are there that the global warming will be doing harm to us. Now the next lines are there. It had to perish twice. I think I know enough of it. But he has to say that in case the world has to perish the second time even, if the global warming does some wrong, it's all right. If it is not finishing by that, and the another chance is there of the end of the world, then he thinks that the hate, means ice, global cooling, that is standing symbolically for hatred, that the hatred is also sufficient, and to say that for destruction ice is also great, and to say that for destruction ice or global cooling is also sufficient or great idea. So it will be really sufficient, because global cooling is not less than global warming. Symbolically, suppose we take that I said, told you will be men, and the poet has also to say that fire is standing for lust and endless desires. So definitely, if the global warming is sufficient, so the symbolical and this standing materials or the elements, that is the fire, that is the lust and desire, that is also sufficient. If people will be having endless desires, endless lust will be there. Definitely, the things that will be created by them for their desires and ends, that that the desire of earning a lot of money, people are engaged there in earning a lot of money, countries are there engaged in imperialism, this expanding their areas. So if it happens, definitely the war will happen. World war will happen. People will be dying. Different type of weapons will be used, and that will be ending in the end of the world, finishing of the world. So that will be. So that is why the next idea that is there, that the end of the world, for the end of the world, that is global cooling, that is also sufficient. And the symbolical meaning, that is hate, that is standing for the eyes. So hatred is also sufficient. If people will be having hatred for each other, abhorrence and disliking for each other, they will be creating destructive element, this weapons and various other things that will be causing damage and dangerous situations for the others. And then there will be the things created and the situations created, the circumstances created, that will be creating damage to humanity also. So both are this equally sufficient, this global warming, global cooling, as well as the lust and desire, that is standing for fire, even the hatred, that is standing for ice. So both are sufficient this for ending the world. If people will continue to hate each other, they will not love one another, definitely the world will be ending, because the barriers will be created, there will be limitations will be created, people will be this going for digging ditches for others, and they will be making bringing about others too. So this is here. So the poem is thereby ending. See here the rhyme scheme is and the first four lines you see fire, ice, desire, fire. So fire is the sound is matching with desire and fire. So definitely A B A A, fire, desire, ice, fire. So A B A A, it is the rhyme scheme. And in the next also lines, twice hate, I suffice. So twice I suffice, A B A A. So these are the rhyming scheme. The words are there in glossary. Paris means die. Suffice means be sufficient. Sufficient is adjective made out of suffice. So this is the poem. Next page is there. That is the discussion on the question. There are many ideas about how the world will end. Two ideas you got: global warming, global cooling. The symbolically you also got lust and desire, and hatred was also there. Do you think the world will end someday? Definitely, nobody can deny the fact. Have you ever thought what would happen if the sun got so hot that it burst? So anybody can think if the global warming continues like that, definitely the one day will be there that the sun will be bursting because of the a lot of temperature, and in case it grows colder and colder, so everything will be freezing and the world will be ending. See, the words are there and that are coming in the category of fire and ice. You have to separate and segregate that. Now, third is there. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? We discussed already that ABA. How does it help in bringing out the contrasting ideas? So it bring about the contrast that you find there in the fire and ice. That the fire and ice both are standing for this global warming and global cooling. Symbolically, it is there also that the lust and desire is there, and hatred is and there the ice. This global cooling is there. So our chapter comes to an end. We'll be meeting in the next class. It's all right. So see you. Thank you everybody. We'll be meeting in the next class.